Alright, hey everyone, what's happening? This is a time-lapse thing that I did just today for fun because my life is terrible. Anyway, first time I've done something like this, so I'm gonna show you how to draw like Ken Sugimori, who is the famous illustrator of all those Pokemon, things. So I'm doing classic Ken Sugimori style. What I started with was a nice little, I don't know, a bunch of spider webs down there, and then got some guy to pose for me. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't get a guy to pose for me. I actually got this sketch that I was doing, so as you can see, I sketched really rough, and it's sometimes really bad because, as I can see now in retrospect, I made a lot of mistakes on the arms and stuff like that. So pre-planning is a good thing, children. Don't do what I've been doing right here, and don't, wing it like an idiot, crazy man. So I'm flipping the canvas a little bit. By the way, I'm using Manga Studio. It's a very nice product. I suggest everyone to get it. It's pretty good. Along with Photoshop, you got the real deal. That's pretty much all I use. It sounds like I'm talking like an auctioneer or something like that. Anyway, I'm drawing Gold, if you haven't noticed. The protagonist, the playable protagonist of Pokemon Gold and Silver. And I thought I was going to give him some, gloves, but I actually didn't. So this is the second wave of sketching. So I put another layer and I sketched all the details and try to get a likeness of Gold as accurate as I can. Now I know that Ken Sugimori, he draws some thick fingers, so I tried doing that chunky style that, it's a classic style. He would have, if he were here, he'd probably say this is an old and ugly style, but I think it's a beautiful and rustic style. It's wonderful, and this is, to me, the Pokemon style that it should always have been. Unless they decided to say officially, there's a different style we're going with, and that'd be cool too, but they don't do that. So that's why I feel betrayed, and I feel like my entire life has been a lie. So, there you go. This is, it's, look at that. Look at that. Look at those lines. They're just going by themselves. By the way, I filmed this. I think this took around 42 minutes to do. Oh yeah, and I wanted to draw Pokemon too, so I drew Cyndaquil's older brother. What's his name? Quilava. And not very well, because I just didn't feel like looking for reference. By the way, yes, I did look at reference. I looked at a picture of Gold that I probably could show you right here, and just some painting styles that Ken Sugimori did. Now this is supposed to be the fine lines that I'm doing. Usually I don't go very slow, so I gotta go fast, like Sonic. So when I do these things, I sort of try to go as fast as I can, possibly can. For some reason, I keep challenging myself to do that all the time, and I think that does actually show in the work that I do. Maybe if I took 2 hours to do a picture, would have been a lot more refined. But I can't do that, so it's always time to go fast because I feel like time's being wasted. It feels like I'm not in control of my own life. It feels like everything is crumbling down and my soul is being sold to Satan, or the Pokemon equivalent thereof. Therefore, I must go fast to escape the judgments of other people. So anyway, the way I'm the way I'm doing the line art for this is basically I'm doing a really loose kind of thing. So if you're using a digital pen tablet, which I'm doing, I'm not really using a pen tablet, I'm using the screen. And if you want to, oh by the way, the idea of drawing this Gold character is to draw a pose that Ken Sugimori probably would never have done in his life concerning Pokemon characters, so I tried to do that. Also, the problem with rushing and speeding is that you then get messed up Pokeball holders on his hoodie. By the way, if you see a Charmeleon over there, that's not my drawing. I actually just traced over one of Ken Sugimori's older things to see how he draws things. So if you want to, I think there's something to be learned about tracing, so if you want to try doing that, no one's stopping you, it's a free country. So I'm trying again to really get some kind of proportion and like perspective going. That's why I drew those spider webs down there, because spiders are full of perspectives. It's like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, you learn earthbending from these naked the badgers, then you learn firebending from dragons, you learn perspective from spiders, because that's how amazing they are. Anyway, I'm trying to draw Quilava here. Look at my beautiful art. As you can tell, I wasn't looking at any kind of reference. I'm doing this by memory, and then I kind of stop midway at some point, and I go, oh, there's reference. Now I remember how it works. Yeah, there we go. Aha, 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 ah, yeah. By the way, I'm watching Azumanga Daioh, which is a great show, and I really like it. While I was painting this, so I just don't remember what was going on. I just know that, you know, cats are very heralded by a certain character in the show. Anyway, so look at that. Look at all these thick lines going on, trying to get a really energetic pose going. Yeah. Talking really fast. So this is, I think, it's already been 5 minutes. I can't believe it. Look at me talking so fast in 5 minutes. Oh yeah, then I decided to paint it because I'm stupid, and yeah, this is gonna take another 5 minutes. Can you believe it? So anyway, I'm adjusting something so I'll be able to paint within the lines. It automatically allows to be able to paint within lines, so it notices that, so it makes life a little easier than the everlasting torment that is being an artist. Thankfully, technology is able to ease the pain. Ease the pain. There's Gold. He's amazing. I shouldn't have even told you I did 40 minutes. I feel ashamed that it took so long. You see, this is my complex. I can't believe I'm telling you all this, guys. It's just, I feel like the Photoshop tutorial man. Actually, as you probably know, I'm not being too serious here. Or am I? Ah, ha, 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 look at this. I'm making shadows, putting shadows on. By the way, I obviously looked at some reference for his colors. And I'm trying to, you know, get the official Ken Sugimori colors going, so I don't think anybody wants to see this garbage, so I'm gonna just forward it really fast. Nah, actually I won't. I'm gonna still talk. I'm still gonna talk for a few minutes. Hey guys, what's happening? Pokemon retrospective. I might be able to do that someday, but you know. Now in retrospect, looking back at these pictures, or at least this picture in particular, I noticed there's a lot of mistakes going on around his head and his, you know, his skull, his cranium. I didn't take enough time to assess what I was drawing and analyze how the different anatomical pieces come together to make a proper human body. And I didn't do that. So anyway, yeah, look at that. It's trying to make a painterly style. Not going too well. Or maybe it is. Who can say? Who can say? Yeah, look at that. Look at that paintbrush go. I'm doing a different amount of tools on Manga Studio. There's a watercolor tool, but that one isn't too watercolory. There's one in Coral Painter, which is amazingly watercolory, but I'm too much of an idiot to know how it works. Even though I have it, I should probably make use of it. Anyway, I'm trying to imitate it as much as I can. So the lighting here is probably like a backlight, which Ken Sugimori likes to do, so you have a nice little fringe. And as the fringe keeps fringing itself into our hearts, we're able to do some more highlights and other kinds of, you know what, just look at reference. Reference will help you a lot, and the point of looking at reference, in my opinion, as far as I've learned, is try to remember, you know, all the things going on in because that's the way you learn. You just remember these things and, you know, channel it into muscle memory, and not only muscle memory, but just intuition for how would you probably imagine these things work. So that's why, you know, you probably might need a certain kind of imagination to make these things reality. So anyway, I don't even know what Gold is doing, and like I said, in retrospect, his skull is completely just terrible, and his other shoe isn't really planted onto the ground. The one on the right, I think, isn't planted quite solidly enough for my taste. Not only that, but lots of the details, I just skimmed through that because I gotta go fast, right? Bane of humanity. Bane of humanity. So anyway, look at that. Look at that. Look at the Pokegear's getting painted. Like, I wouldn't have known what these colors would be unless I looked at reference, because memory does not serve a man very well, especially not in court cases when there's witness accounts, especially for a long time. Yes, I'm speaking in a low voice. So I'm putting some deep shadows. There's some deep shadows you can put in, which I learned through doing, what do you call that? Shadowy things. I forget what it's called. I drew a picture with that kind of technique, and then you realize that there are these really dark shadows that go between crevices that are very close together, and, you know, always try to figure out where those could be. Those kind of aren't really affected by the key lights so much. It's just that because they're so close together and create a shadow, that they just, you know, create a deep shadow. So, like, for example, the inside of Gold's palm there. Also, I hate that hand, and I think this hoodie is not so great. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna paint Quilava. Look how amazing Quilava is. Beautiful. Absolutely ravishing. Ravishing. And he's saying, hey, chew your food, because I was watching an episode of Azumanga Daioh while doing this, and someone was talking about chewing their food, so I think it works. And I'm trying to thicken the lines a little bit to give it more, I don't know, energy or something. Yeah, ignore that. That's traced. And also, I think this is crap, so we're gonna be done here.